Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Ijaz, for your very kind words. I don't deserve, I feel humble. Because there is not much time, I'm extremely heartened to see some young CEOs in this gathering. And I must thank Ijaz for identifying and bringing them and recognizing. As Harun Aslam Sahab said, we do not actually reward those who have really contributed in their own respective ways, whether in the government or in the private sector or in the civil society, for their contributions. We are very generous with criticism and very parsimonious with praise. And that is where the younger generation has to be groomed and told that you must have an attitude or we can do it. Because if you consider that you are not able to accomplish anything, you will give up the effort. And it is perseverance, it is hard work, it is successive failures which actually lead you to the path of success. So our generation has not done a great job, but I'm sure the younger generation of the business community who are present here would do much better for the future of this country. But let's try to define as a nation, where do we want to go? If our direction is clear, then all of us will have to work in moving together to achieve our goal. My humble submission is that we as a Pakistanis should try to strive, aim to become one of the top 20 economies of the world by 2025. That is the direction in which all of us have to work. And it is not by confrontation, it is not by adversarial relationships, but by working together in a collaborative manner. And let us define the boundaries of the three major players in this struggle to reach that goal. The government has to lay down the policies which are predictable, which are transparent, which are non-discriminatory, which do not favor anybody, but apply equally to all the citizens and all the businesses of this country. They have to provide macroeconomic stability. They have to provide investment in human capital. They have to provide investment in infrastructure. That is the boundary for the government to work in it. The private sector, whether it is farming, or it is firms, or it is small and medium enterprises, or it is the startups, they should have complete freedom to compete in both within the country as well as outside the country to produce high quality goods on comparative prices so that both the consumers in Pakistan benefit and the exports, which are earning the foreign exchange for this country, are accumulated in order to remove this current account deficit which we have been facing for such a long time. And the government has no business to do business because they're not equipped for that. And it is only by encouraging the private sector that we have to make sure that all the regulatory barriers, the taxation irritants, and the disabling environment is transformed for the private sector. The civil society has a very important role, both in delivering some of the public goods and services. For example, some of the best private-public partnerships in the NGO sectors are in the delivery of education and health services. Because the government is unable to reach out to all the different parts of the country and the communities. And the communities and the civil society, if they become active and they take upon themselves to provide those services like education and health in their own districts, in their own communities, that will completely remove this stigma which Pakistan has, that our human capital is pretty low. So look at the three pillars of Pakistani society. Each one of them has very clearly cut out tasks ahead of them. And they have to work together to create synergies, to create positive vibes, and reinforce each other. If we do that, I can predict today, I may be not here at that time, but inshallah in 2025, Pakistan will be among the top 20 economies of the world. Thank you very much.